get back to Firefox. Oh, it just went live. Okay. Usually you have to go live to go live. But hi, hello, welcome. Welcome everybody to 2016, a whole month and a half later in the year. So, this is going to be like a ramble stream kind of podcast. So if you're just looking for something cozy to listen to, I'm not going to be loud or anything because Mama Jenta's asleep. I'm half asleep. I'm all medicated. I stayed up all day to fix my sleep because for all of February and I think a week of January after my surgery, my sleep flipped again, where I was like waking up at like 5 in the morning consistently. Now I'm like straight night shift. Like I barely see my mom and I barely awake during the day. But yeah, let's give a fun update. What have you been up to, Jenta? Why haven't you been streaming? So I said in a community post that I wasn't doing anything like streaming wise because I got like just a whole month of happiness. I found two new fandoms, and I heavily was just invested in them. Matt, welcome. Mirrored Fish, welcome. I'm gonna just be rambling a little bit, but I am paying attention to chat, so feel free to say hi or comment as you will. So this is just gonna be a cozy chat. In fact, I don't think you guys have music. Do you guys like having me just yap with no music? Yeah, I think farm music is off. Jenta has been binge watching cute idols. Jenta J Dragon. Hi. Hello. I live. But yeah, to get back more on track about like the beginning of January, I had my surgery the 19th, which was incredibly. The weather was fighting for me not to have my surgery. The insurance was fighting for me not having my surgery. For those of you that don't know, up here in the East Coast, or at least in Michigan for sure, did you hear about that 100-car pileup? Yep, that was the same storm and the same thing that we were dealing with during trying to figure out how to get to Lansing, which is not where I live. It's far away. We were basically outrunning the storm, and my mom was thinking that we should leave a day early. And I said, no, I can't do that. I have to sleep in my own bed and get sleep and rest so I can do the surgery. And my mom was like, she told me later that if I hadn't been awake, I only got like 5 hours of sleep that night. And I was like up at 7 a.m. and then Mama Jenta was up at 8. And she's like, if you were still asleep, we weren't gonna go. We just weren't. So we speed packed everything. We called my grandpa because he's even more like, think lake effect snow blowing over Michigan. So he's the closest to the lake, so he's getting like piled. So he needed to come here to either take Dreamy with him downtown or he was going to stay here. And he ended up staying here, and I think we stayed an extra night in Lansing. We got a hotel. So we drove early ass in the morning, the day of my surgery, to Lansing. And as we drove, there was literally no problem. We're like, wow, we overreacted. We ran the storm and got to chill a little bit before we went to the, hospital. And then the next day, we were thinking about even getting another hotel night because the storm it got all the way to Lansing. So it's like, how are we gonna get home? Everybody at the hospital was like, oh, you came from over there? Whoa. Man, I have so many fun stories to talk about. Everything went really well, and then it soured a little bit at the end, but that wasn't a me thing or the hospital thing. It'll be a fun story, but let me say hi to my chatties. Hi, chatty babies. Hi, chat. But no, I wasn't driving. I own a car, but I don't drive, okay? I just don't. Also, this model might be a little bit weird to look at because I think I was trying to tweak. I made a new model to tweak and like perfect VBridger, and I just put on a bunch of stuff, and then halfway through it, I guess my firewall blocked VTube Studio, so Chad came over, and oh my goodness. We had such a fun time with some stuff. But yeah, hi regulars, hi Matt, hi Michael. Dude, it was so cold. Oh yeah, -4 degrees. I think the worst I saw was -5 degrees, and I'm talking about actual negative, not even like feels like negative, because it was feeling like negative for a long time. Damn, yeah. It was a huge drift of it, enough for Lake Erie to freeze over. Oh yeah. Yeah, the Great Lake affects snow. It protects us from every other thing but itself. You can tell when it rains here, if it came from the lake, because it'll smell fishy. Or I call it stinky or fishy. Hey, Flame, Arctic, welcome, welcome. Vio, welcome. Oh, what a surprise. Yeah, Burger King foot lettuce. I've been keeping up with the VTuber stuff, but you know, I've been like just hopping from fandom to fandom. I think I'm finally burnt. I had like all of January was just anxious and dread, and then with the storm, every day was a question of if we would make it. So our first question was, will the surgeon even show up? Where does he live? So we were kind of like looking to dox my surgeon because he's like where he does his like temporary clinic, like it's not his full-time clinic over here, he's just like another worker over here. He said he comes here, did he say once a month or once a week? That's crazy. But yeah, he was over in Lansing, and we're like, does he live in Lansing? So we're like looking up his like all of his information that we can just from Google, and we're like, okay, we're pretty confident from all of the pieces that he has to be living in Lansing, so he should be able to make it to surgery, because literally it's like a spitting distance at that point, right? And it's as far away from the bad storm as you can get. Oh God, I just remembered a story from the hotel. Everything was such a good experience. I had a great experience. If it wasn't for the weather being the way it was, and insurance dicking us around and terrorizing my mom to fight for my surgery, we literally went to my teeth extraction surgery under sedation, because it was bad. It was bad. Okay, you want to know what happened? I got those 2 teeth that were my problem teeth pulled, and I was like so worried that I was going to regret that, but I'm like, you can't save a dead tooth. It's just that one dentist I saw made it his life's mission for me to understand, like, oh, these are the last 2 teeth that are touching, like that, right? Like that was a big deal, and it was going to be a really bad thing if I didn't have any teeth touching. Well, guess what? My mouth feels a lot better, not just on a pain level, but like, you hear that? If you can't hear that, that's me clicking. My jaw and my teeth can have contact. I can bite my tongue for the first time, and never, like, my jaw, like, I wasn't able to yawn before, because my mouth was so crowded. I think my jaw is shifting. This has nothing to do really with the teeth, but them being gone really freed up some like space, because I swear my jaw was stuck. Everything was stuck, and then I like regained. I'm like, I bit my tongue so often. What a lovely ability I hadn't had in the longest time. I could literally, before my bite was so bad, I could put my finger, bite down on it like full force, and yeah, it kind of stings, but it is not a full bite, right? Hey, Inochi, welcome. Exactly, it's next to Canada. It was worse. Yeah, Canadians, you got all the snow. Like, we were racing against the clock. I got very fortunate with, you know, just my situation, and Mama Jenta, she was my driver. She's my person, my service person. I don't have a service dog. I have a service person. It's my mom, right? What else happened? Yeah, so we got a hotel. We chilled there for like 5 hours before, like, we tried to do a nap, and oh my god. That hotel bed, I just had like an SPD attack, which is sensory processing disorder, where it's like suddenly I was like 9 or 8 all over again, and like the sheets were too scratchy, the bed was too certain of a way, it had like a lean on it, I couldn't make my neck pillow the way I normally could. I spent 3 hours literally flailing in that bed to get comfortable, to get about 2 hours of rest. That didn't really happen before we went to surgery. Oh man. But this time we planned, I think what made everything so much better is that we planned my meds, cuz last time I was too afraid. That's that okay, so I had a different surgeon and I made it all the way to the surgery, but then he kept us waiting for 6 to 7 hours because he kept like the surgeries kept going over time, which I that's not on him, right? I'd rather he do a good job, but I had been without my medication for almost like 38 hours because I was over serious with taking their directions. So that for this time, we didn't take their directions so to heart, right? We told them exactly what we did and they had no problems with it and I had no problems with it, right? So we timed that really, really, really well. I went into surgery because I know when you get the IV, they can put like relaxing drugs in there for you, but as somebody who's an Ativan person, no. They always want to like give you this other thing, and I had that once with a migraine cocktail and it did not go well. I would imagine it was like an experience what people talk about ketamine. It's like you're either going to have a good time and some pain relief or a bad time. I'm a very sensitive system, so it was probably a bad time. Wow, it's torture. What do you mean? Torture? I mean, I think it's a damn criminal shame that any of you don't have sedation or gas, specifically sedation, because it's like I can understand if it's one tooth, maybe, but that's so incredibly painful. Like the problem is they couldn't get me to sit in a chair and stay still. It's not because I would wiggle or worm. It's like I literally have a vestibular issue that makes me like wibble wobble. And that's not conducive in a groggy state, right? You can't really do a good surgery with your patient kind of low-key tweaking and and like rocking around. Like that's not how it's not going to work. So yep, we got the same guy that did last time for these two teeth, and he did a wonderful job. He, I woke up to my mom being like, he said he only put in one stitch, and it'll probably fall out in the next like hour. Okay, don't know what I'm like. So the whole rest of the time, as we're trying to get to the car, I'm thinking, how do you stitch only one stitch? What does that mean? Like, it's dissolvable stitches. It came out, right? I'm familiar with it, and I was like, oh, it's just a line. So what was it attached to? I was very confused. But yeah, I had an awesome nurse. Oh my god. She actually, okay, Lansing was such a different experience as somebody who goes to the ER all the time and has had surgeries, quite a few. I wouldn't say a lot, because I don't know, a lot seems like more than 10. I've not had more than well, kidney stone, okay, ear, kidney stone, kidney stone, kidney stone, tooth, tooth, tooth. I'm almost at a lot. I would say I had about like 8 or 9 surgeries in my life where I'm put under specifically. But the nurse, okay, so all of Lansing is this giant, beautiful, like, city that I'm like, Mom, we've come out here before. How come we've never been in the city? And she's like, I don't know. So now that we've, like, got a sneak peek of it, we couldn't enjoy any of it because stress. Mom was at her limit. Like, literally, we had to tell Grandpa and ask him, hey, you could go home, but we mentally need you. Just in case. Like, she had to lock herself in her room and just like think, right? I went in there and I comforted her and she had a good cry, but yeah, she fought so much for me because the insurance was dinking it around, and it never was at stake of being not insured. It was a bunch of people not knowing how to deal with me, my type of my two double insurance, because I have like disability insurance and then like adult autism insurance. I don't know what the second one's called. So I have Medicare and Medicaid, and they go, "Oh, well, but we can't help you if you have that." And it's like, "No, no, 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 no. I'm not disqualified because I have one or the other. I just have both. I'm a specialty case." But they always get tripped up about that, and it's really dumb. 10 surgeries, 4 arms, 6 legs over the years. Wait, what? Michael, you broke your arms and legs? Are you joking or are you being serious? Michael, be safe, bro. Holy shit. The limited jaw function, Jenta, when you were lockjawed. Okay, I wasn't quite lockjawed. It was... Okay, so I remember when Mimi posted on her Instagram story about the time when her jaw got locked, and I've heard stories about them before. So then when I started having my jaw problems, I was like, oh, make sure not to do that, because I can, like... It's so much better now. Like, it's a little clicky. I don't know if you can hear any of that, but it was really bad. Now I can, like, maneuver my jaw, and if it goes to a twing, I know to abort the, like, yawn. So I've never actually had it get stuck. I've been very good at not letting it get stuck. It'll probably happen one day and I will be in terror about it, but I've been doing pretty good. Yes, yes. Bones are basically glass. That's a SpongeBob meme. Damn, that's rough. As long as I'm not in pain and it doesn't terrorize my every waking existence, it is all right. Right? Because the solution... Okay, here you go. The solution to my jaw issue, they said, well, this is what we can do. I didn't even ask to fix it. They're like, so you would need to do this for your jaw situation. We're going to saw your jaw off and then bolt it shut. And then you're going to have braces and bolts. And it's going to be 10 months of hell. What? I didn't even ask about that, sir. He was an unhinged dentist. Fresh out of college. He had some ideas. And we're like, sir, we're just here for a second opinion. And he's like, yeah, your teeth are dying, but, you know, your jaw is a bigger problem. And I'm like, don't care. I can swallow better now, too. I forgot to mention that. Usually, when I ate, my jaw had limited mobility and it wouldn't get stuck, but wouldn't move all the way like I knew it was capable of, because I know what a good jaw is supposed to do, right? And I would struggle to eat certain things, if not everything. And if I thought about it too hard before I swallow, so I'm not choking, but thinking of swallowing the food, but then like bailing halfway through, kind of like it simulates choking. And so I would panic and I would be smacking the table while eating pizza. And I would be like gripping my chest, being like, just calm down, and just swallow. Because sometimes spitting it up isn't an option. Not that it was actually swallowed or anything, but like it would still be in my mouth. And it's like, okay, but you can do the tissue move where you like, you know, you glob it into a tissue. But sometimes my jaw would be not cooperative and the food would be too big. So it's kind of like you kind of have to work with it. Now it is not that hellish. In fact, it's really strange that I can eat sweets and there's no pain. Never in my life, in my painful existence, has there ever been anything that could be removed from my body that actually removed pain before. That's beautiful. I had a beautiful existence. I was in no pain. And I'm still in no pain. Like, how many things could you actually remove from your body where you can say, oh, that actually was really good? Only teeth, really. Unless, okay, like the appendix, I guess. But, like, man, it is a crime that dental insurance is its own freaking thing because it's a scam. I think it's worse than just regular insurance. It's like, dude, I think will fuck you up more than just being like having a chronic ailment is not being able to use your teeth, right? Because that affects your eating, your nourishment, your everything, right? Bro had bad idea. Panic swallow is crazy. I did that for years. This is the best live stream in history. Oh, Christian! Wait, you're already here. Christian Chantez. Hi again, anyway. Hi, hi. I really like your accent. I have an accent? Dreamy, you ate a lot. I'm sorry there's no water in here, but you can go to bed. Yeah, I wasn't planning on streaming. I got a third wind because I took my night meds probably at 9. I'm trying to fix my sleep and I'm probably breaking it again. It is 1 a.m. God damn it. I was just planning. I even thought about making this just a members only stream and just like this be a secret nugget for $1. I'm like, listen to Jenta just off her rocker going blah 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 blah. So many fun VTuber things have happened and other unfun VTuber things have happened. The whole Face Connect thing mirrored a peek of me in a lot of ways. What else happened? Gura is collabing with, I don't know her indie name, but it was Shion from Hololive. They're doing a collab cafe or something, or merch booth somewhere. That's really cool, because that was Gura's Hololive Oshi. What else has been going on? I haven't really seen any Hololive news other than but they like copyright took down somebody's video, like 80 of them or something, 50 of them, because they defame like cover court all the time and they got sued. But because of I guess they won and stuff got back instated and it's just like the whole thing. I really didn't understand it. I don't know. I saw like a brief glimpse of it and I was like, oh, okay. Secret stream, yes. I need a wheelchair scale. I am not in a wheelchair. What? You mean like a wheelchair scale for like your weight? Because I've seen those. Blink, how you doing? Hi, hi, Saba. Yeah. No, I know her name is Saba. It was the other one. Because Shion went back to her PL or made her VTuber Sona. I think it was Shion. Yeah, it was Shion. It wasn't Aqua. Aqua's been back since forever, but I think it was Shion. Yes. Keep up with the fantastic work. This is absolute cinema. I really love your model so far. Is your favorite #1 VTuber ever? You always brighten up the fans. Aw, that's very sweet of you. I'm just kind of a ramble gremlin. I'd love this to be more constant. I tried doing diary stuff. Like I've tried a bunch of things to be like, hey Jenta, let's make this year different, right? I did do that. It's just January was like teeth trauma, and now February is sleep flip. I'm getting back to normal. I'm now getting used to like my mouth being completely different. Like for years, guys, years and years and years, my mouth was broken. It's not a good existence. Like I have enough problems. That's one I think we all have at some point. Something wrong with our mouths. That is just death sentence. Pain can really change a person, right? Discomfort can change a person. And it is not something that needs to happen, but keeps happening, even though we have the ability to make it easier on ourselves. It's a fucked world out there. Also, the files released. I will not be saying more. I was literally at my dining table with my mom as I was like sleepy rambling, and she had to go to bed. And she's like, let's talk about two dumb like political people, and I'm like, no, I don't wanna. I went through my 2025 playlist, and like one of the first videos was that Cybertruck that exploded by the Trump Towers. That was weird. What was that about? I forgot about that entirely, right? A lot of shit's going on. Unrelated to that, but it's a fun little short story. Mama Jenta, like, she's on Facebook, right? I don't have a Facebook. Facebook's weird. I don't get it. Didn't get it when I had it. Didn't understand it. So Mama Jenta inherited like my Facebook to do like other stuff on, and she like made a friend. They know she changed everything. They know she has two accounts, right? She likes to keep, I guess, a business one and then a personal one, because she doesn't understand that you can have that all in one account, whatever. Anyway, she has this friend, and she's like, I really liked her. And I go, ooh, past tense, liked her. What'd she do? And I was thinking it had something to do with politics. And maybe. It's a conspiracy theory. She apparently just became a flat earther, the lady she's friends with. She's like, I don't know, I'm just a little concerned for her. Like, she's cool, and I just don't know what happened. And I don't know how to comfort stuff like that, because I'm so used to hearing it and being like, whatever. My response, I feel like, can you tell me how this response is, if I should like workshop it? My response to flat earth, whatever, I'm like, okay, what has changed? What about your life has changed? Oh, the government lied to you? You lie. You lie to people all the time. It's a part of life. You lie. We are all liars. The government especially lies. So that still doesn't change. What does it like? How does it affect your life? Because the whole contention is they're hiding something from us. And I'm like, yeah, no shit. What? You hide things from your parents. You hide things from yourself. Of course. So I don't know. It doesn't matter what they think. To me, I don't even have to argue that point on a scientific level, because it's like, okay, you're right. Now what happens? Well, where do we go from here? You're correct. Now what? It's boring. There's nothing. This isn't like a sovereign citizen where they're just cataclysmically wrong and they end up going to jail anyways and make everyone just like have a whole fucking hoopsie doopsie. Is my response unhinged, where it's like, it's like, so what? What's changed? Right? I'm not challenging them. I'm like, good for you, I guess. Just nostalgic 90s cartoons. Also, I have the Cybertruck too. Also, can we collab together and talk about Valentine's? I'm not really doing collabs right now. I'm not even like really doing anything with the VTuber group right now. This is the first time I've truly touched my computer in like 3 months. Wait, did I think, was the last meeting we had in December? No, that was Yule. Did we have a meeting in between? I missed a meeting because this whole teeth situation, and I was supposed to be going to an anime convention, but the person I wanted to go to the anime convention to see had an injury and pulled out, and I literally told my mom, well, Pida pulled out, so I think that made the decision for me. She was the only reason I wanted to go, and the people were really nice. It's just, I don't know. Way too much energy and fresh off of a surgery. I was also bleeding, by the way. They didn't give me any gauze because I wasn't bleeding, and because of all the stress, and Mama Jenta had like a little nervous breakdown, after everything. She couldn't handle that I was having such an easy time, which is fair, because it's like you're expecting the world to crumble, and here I am being okay, right? For 4 days, I didn't have any anxiety. That was completely crazy. Like, I don't know how to begin to describe it. You know how people are like, the weight on your back or the weight on your shoulders, like, take a load off, like that pressure on your back from, like, I don't know, anxiety and overthinking stuff. I don't know, but there's like always that like constant weight on my back physically. Like, physically I could feel it. After my surgery, there must have been something with the anesthesia they gave me, because for those of you that don't know, ketamine is more well known for like people with chronic pain that has no cure, that people will, you know, there's like actual clinics now for it. You can do what it's like, it's a chemical reset, right? It is a thing. The only problem is ketamine is you are sedated for far, far too long. So I'm just curious what sedative they gave me for the IV sedation. I don't think they gave me any gas. They were very, very, very nice. Because I'm like, I would like to know about that, because I have not had relief like that in a long time. Like 4 days of no anxiety. That's crazy. Crazy. My whole mind reset. J-Dragon! Wait, no. You changed your name. No. Best boy. You changed your name. Vigor Pendragon. Pendragon? What? I'm not awake enough to figure it out. You broke my brain. I'm gonna drag chat over here. There we go. That's a little bit better. I can read things a little bit more clearly. Past tense. Mom, that's your beef, not my. Oh, well, well, because I acknowledge that it's a deeper conversation, so I want to engage with it, but I don't want to have the full conversation about, is it right, is it wrong? You know, I'm just like, that's why my answer is like, okay, what, you're right. What has changed? What does that change for you, right? J. Andrew, welcome to the stream. Welcome. The government is hiding things. Tell me something I don't know exactly. My life is, I have inner people I care for more. You people are included. Aw, very sweet. Life has been good for me lately. This might be one of the best anime seasons of all time. Oh! Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3, Frieren Season 2, Sentenced to be Hero, Hell's Paradise, Oshinoko! Okay, I don't know anything about Jujutsu Kaisen. I should probably get into that. I have not seen anything of Frieren 2 because I do like the English. It worked. It worked a little bit better that I didn't have to put any extra brain power and I could hear them just like... And the English dub isn't bad. Like, you have no idea how much I was literally gobsmacked. I had to, like, pause the screen and pace when she's like, Aura, kill yourself. She said that, and I was like, what? I was absolutely, like, slapped across the face. I'm like, did she just say that? Was that a translation error? Like, maybe she said, like, in the Japanese, just die, like, shinderu or something. I don't know. But, like, in English, she just straight up was like, KYS. That was beautiful. So I haven't seen anything of Frieren 2, but I am trying to catch up with Oshinoko. I wanted to wait for the English dub, but they're 4 episodes in with no English dub out yet, so I'm watching it. I think I haven't watched fully episode 4, and I think 5th one just came out. I didn't care for season 2, like, at all. I hate theater. I just hate it. Like, it's like doing a play within a play meta, and I'm like, they made it more psychologically engaging than I gave them credit for, and that was the only saving grace. But just knowing that they're in a play kind of hurt. And then I feel like Aqua's like scene on the stage wasn't done. It hit better in the manga. I don't know. That's like one of the things where one panel, like, you don't need this animated. Or maybe it was the voice actor just quite didn't hit the pitch. I don't know. It didn't work, and I was a little pissed because I was like, oh, that should have been good. I didn't feel anything. That's not to knack on anybody. That was just I knew it was a personal me thing. I'm like, damn it. Why can't I emotion? It's so good. I'm basically a one-season Andy. I watched the first season of most anime now. Hell yeah. Branch out. Find your new loves. Find new series. Digest the media. Am I watching anything weird right now? I haven't... I feel like I skimmed the end of My Hero Academia because the English dub didn't come out, so I was listening to it in Japanese, which I feel like it burnt my ending experience of My Hero Academia. So I need to revisit that, at least the last 4 or 5 episodes. The beginning, though, in English, oh boy, Katsuki, we love you, boy. Oh, brother. Few animes with good English dub. Very true. Excuse me. I ate chocolate. I brushed my teeth and then I ate chocolate. The world is healing. Trust. I'm waiting. Oh, yeah! Oh my god, the Dragon Ball news was crazy, man. Holy shit. I was like, okay, I watched it. And then I'm like, okay, I'm going to need some of the Dragon Ball people that I watch to talk about this and break it down because I feel like I'm misunderstanding what is happening, right? So they're making the movie again. Now, I want this to be very clear. I fucking love when things go, oh yeah, we fucked that up. We're going to do it again. I love that. The mentality of, well, it's done and it's over. Oh, well. No, if you have passion and drive and financial ability to remake your series better, I love that, right? I just love that. I don't care if people are tired of rehashing. If it genuinely improves, which, yes, oh my god, Super was a garbage pile. I watched 80 episodes of Super. I actually put it on 2 times speed. I did. I put it on 2 times speed. It was egregious. Egregious. Yeah, the Moro arc. Okay, this is the terminology that they said. The Moro arc is planned to start production in 2027. Planned. They have not started on the Moro arc. They're like, you got at least 2 years till we get there. So people are going to be mad about that. They're like, no, just get to it. Just get to it. But it has to be, literally, the whole series has to be refurbished from the ground up. Not only so it reinterests the fandom, it redeems itself, and it finds its new audience. Because it looks stunning. Right? We saw with Daima how much of an animation improvement and stylized design they can actually do. The Broly movie is my favorite fucking movie of all time. I watch it purely for the artistic beauty that is all of its shots. Like, holy shit. I want that art style to be the new, like, Dragon Ball art style all the time. And Daima did that pretty well. They like incorporated some of that, but also a little bit of the Super without Super looking like plastic toys. Ugh. Yeah, Dragon Ball, we're eating good. We are eating good. Also, fun fact, if you guys like the abridged series of the Dragon Ball Z anime, whatever, DBZA, they are now doing Sailor Moon, or at least did the first season. They did 2 episodes, put it in 1 episode, and they're like, it's Toonami abridged. And I'm like, oh my god, that's brilliant. I wonder if they're allowed to do that branding-wise. They, like, straight up call it Toonami abridged or something. I have a list of all the ones that have better English dubs than the JP if you want to hear all vet my multiple ex-divs stuff. What? Nani kore? There's a theory that they are gonna go through Super to make the art style consistent now. Yes. Yes, they are. They are. They're gonna be cutting out all the bullshit. And some people who like the filler episodes are gonna be, so this is gonna be the, okay, what you need to remember, I actually just recently for the first time experienced the Boo Saga, but I watched it in Kai, and I was like, holy shit, this is actually a lot more high quality for how old it is. And I didn't realize Kai has, you know, this, like, it's a refurbished, right, run of Dragon Ball Z for the Boo Saga specifically. So I wasn't getting the original experience, and let me tell you, I could tell that parts were missing because Tien and Chaozu show up and they're never brought up again. And they show up and they're just never brought up again. They must have had something like as a side story that just completely filler garbage got cut, right? I think there was more to Majin Buu being shown, like with that blind kid. I think there was supposed to be like one more kind of like hints, like, why aren't you afraid of me? I'm gonna fix your leg, now run. And they're like, oh sir, thank you so much, sir. Right, that whole kind of like experience. I feel like I missed one of those because it seemed a little jarring that Boo immediately was like, well, okay, cause of puppy. Well, cause of puppy and then cause of puppy. But I had a really fun time. I really wanted to experience the Boo Saga because the one thing the Abridged series has done fanatically well is make me look at the source material, which they literally beg you to just out of like legal concern. They're like, please support the official release. And I go, no. I am not watching Yu-Gi-Oh! You can't make me. I've tried many of times. But yeah, Dragon Ball is like the first thing that I ever was like, okay, I'll give it a try. Because it was on TV when I was still watching TV at the time, like doing a rerun. And it was okay, but it had all the filler. It wasn't Kai. There was Snake Way and everything. And I'm like, are we done yet? Like, get to the planet. Whatever. Kai is better. I do like Kai. I can't say for Dragon Ball Z, though. Only for the Boo Saga that I experienced, I did like it. I am a little bit annoyed. What happens to Oob? I feel like Oob gets almost completely shafted due to the GT, contingency. Also, I am desperate to see Bala in more content. And not just baby Bala. I want her as teenager. And I want Vegeta to be like her literal dad, but is like, they look like a sugar daddy deal instead of daughter daddy. And it's funny. So funny. I'm here for it. I'm so here for it. Saw that around, but I have to see the Sailor Moon Abridged. Yeah, it's only like 30 minutes. So for oh my god, I like the way they did it. Also, spoiler alert, Luna is voiced by Balma. I don't know. Megami 33. Yeah, Megami 33, aka Balma from the Abridged series, does Luna's voice. The cat. Yes, yes. I've also tried watching Sailor Moon a bajillion times, and I do love, like, the English dub of Sailor Moon. It has, like, a dorky quality that I thought was so unique, and it wasn't overplayed to me. I liked it. It was like the beginning. You know how all anime has a trope? I'm like, this was the beginning of the trope to me. And since they're the pioneers, it wasn't bad. But from then on, everybody does the same thing, and it's just like, Still Final Chapters was labeled its name. Dragon Ball is the anime where I turn my brain off for and just enjoy it for its peak. Yeah, I will say, for somebody who likes playing anime in the background to do stuff, I was doing that with the Boo Saga, not because like I wasn't like interested, but because I have a puzzle that's all over my room and I needed like to get it done, and it's still not done. I have puzzle pieces on this desk. I have puzzle pieces on there's puzzle pieces everywhere. I am guaranteed that there's one I can't find once I'm done with it. I bought a spindle horse shark robot puzzle of Beelzebub, and I feel like a dummy dumb for not getting the other puzzles, because of course nobody wants the puzzles. I love the idea, but Beelzebub is a little bit hard. She is hard to like nail down. There's 2 versions, Toy and Viz. Oh, Michael. There's way more versions of Dragon Ball than that. There's Ocean, several other 3 failed English ones / French. It is a nightmare. Also, why does the cartel like Dragon Ball so much? Why do the Hispanic community love Dragon Ball so much? What's going on with Latin America? People were joking. They're like, "Oh wow, the cartels are gonna be pretty lazy this year, or they're gonna be like," I don't know. They said something weird, and I was like, why? Why do they like it? Huh? Rare middle character of the night Jenta stream. Yeah. You could probably tell that. Oh, there it goes. I was just about to say, you could probably tell I'm falling asleep by how my words are getting worse. I'm surprised I streamed this long. I thought I was going to hop on for 15 minutes and nobody was going to show up, and I was going to be like, okay, time to go to bed. So this has been very nice. I appreciate you guys appreciating my random comeuppance. There's so many things I want to do and so many things I don't. Like, I just, yeah. Everybody that I know that's a VTuber right now are in a whole different sphere mentally, sponsor-wise, community-wise. They're just on a whole different platform than where I'm at. So it's a little bit, what do you call it? I feel like I'm the odd man out, but it is again purely my fault, right? But like everybody else is moving ahead, moving fast, doing this, doing that. It's feeling more business and less like dinking around than it used to. But to be fair, we weren't doing too well dinking around, so having that structure is actually really good. Ziggy! How you doing, Ziggy? Speaking of stargazers, hi Zig. Are you cooking anything up for the stargazer group? I have been absent in the Discord, which is very atypical of me. I saw something with Diami. Daimi? I call him Day sometimes, even though the A is after the Y. Day. That's my nickname for him. Speaking of which, oh my god, Ziggy, I need to take a picture of my horrible setup. I have, what is this, Gen 3? Laura, Butterfly, I always forget her name. It's like Nectar. I call her Nectar. Laura, and then Diami. I have them all, like, their standees are in front of my monitor. Their little chibi keychains are also in front of the standees. And the standees are blocking my fucking monitor. I can't find Firefox. I can't click anything. I've tried to turn off this computer 3 times because I'm stubborn. I'm like, it was a bitch putting them where they are. I still have to dig mine out. my Jen, and then Rhea, Misty, and Mio. My brain is so dead. Nothing for the group right now, but Star got me plenty. Oh boy. Yeah. I know she's probably cooking something up with Yuki. Totally not because I saw it on the wait list or anything, but I'm sure she cooks. Nuria, I think. Nuria. It sounds like urea is why I don't want to say it. That's why I want to call her Nectarina or something like that. March AI verification implicates our active Face ID, and they had a data breach. Yeah, don't even remind me with that shit. Man. Okay, let me just admit my boo-boo. I did the Face ID scan, but I was so fucking extra. I made myself look so un-myself because I couldn't get, like, people have, like, faces you can use, but it wasn't taking it. Not for Discord, this was for character AI, I think, because it's, like, apparently there's a timer. I haven't been on it in, like, a month, so I was like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, if I paid, would I still be on a timer? What? I'm like, whatever, man. Whatever. And I was like, I have real ass wigs that have normal color hair, and I know how to look. I literally showed my mom a face I can make that I'm like, you see that? I'm gonna have jowls when I'm a grandma, because I'm already getting that, like, that jowl line where you look like you're smiling and frown. I know it's still bad, but I'm like, hey, at least I didn't just go in, you know, like, I tried. I gave up. I'm like, well, that'll be used for something in the future. Yay for me. But for, like, YouTube or Discord or anything else, I haven't done it. It was only character AI I was like, maybe. Oh, you left Discord? Damn. That's not gonna matter, hun. It just isn't. Unless we can find the Chinese bootleg Discord that, like, some YouTubers used, like, a couple years ago. I feel maybe that would be safer? I don't know. It's just... Nani kore? It just amazes me that, you know, in America that, you know, we're afraid of communists, and yet we're turning into communist China every day because they literally have, like, face identification that, like, everything they're pushing down our throats, that they're like, oh no, that's bad, this is communist something, blah 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 blah, and now we're doing it. Yay. I don't even care. See, that's the thing. Me and my grandpa had this thing where we're like, okay, your phone's listening on you at all times. Oh well. Like, why do you care? What are you hiding? That's very much my thing. I'm like, hey, there's some whack-ass shit on my phone, but I got nothing to hide. Go right ahead. I have no passcode on my phone at all. I could hand it to a phone repair guy, and I'm like, go ahead. 38 pages of fanfiction open and a whole bunch of whack-ass bookmarks. I tried going through them recently because I guess I was reading fanfiction on fanfiction.net, which tells me these bookmarks have to be from, like, 2013, which I'm like, I didn't even have iCloud back then, so I'm trying to figure out how they got there. It's crazy. Dystopian. Yes, it's very dystopian, the whole AI face thing. Scorch the earth, no trace. Old phones had Discord is DOA. Do it. China has the face of all of us. ATP. Yeah, it's just like, it's dumb. Because this is my thing. I had the realization. I thought of it like Cyberpunk, where it's like, clearly, you can choose not to upgrade yourself. But that doesn't mean you're safe without upgrades. That just means you're surrounded in a world of upgrades and you're the only one. You're kind of accidentally looking like a sovereign citizen. Well, the rest of the world says, fuck my rights. I like things being bad. You're over here having a conscience being like, guys, can we go back to where it was before? And Little does he know, where he was before has been dead 15 years ago. Yeah. I'm like, man, it's a good thing that I'm a nobody and I could easily walk into a forest and die, and that's just fine by me, right? Make me compost. That is fine. I have no greater purpose. No money to hold on my name, no title. I am nothing. And it is the nicest thing, because only people who have something to lose freak out. I have nothing to lose. I mean, I could lose the house. I'll probably be dead, but you know. This got too philosophical. Well, how do we get to this? Oh, the Face ID thing. Do I have water in here? Oh, it's over here. I'm like, I'm dying. Speaking of which, I do have plans to stream now that my sleep is fixed. Unfortunately, for all of you nighttime viewers, this will probably be during the day, since I'm trying to fix my sleep. It is 1:30 a.m. right now. I am tired. I flip between being very tired and awake and then very tired again. So next time, oh, here it comes. Okay, that was half-assed. Great, lovely. What was I talking about? Something about sleep. I don't know. What was it talking? Oh, I have a bunch of stuff. I have 100 bajillion standees and a whole like stack of buttons and keychains that I need to put on a pegboard, and then I need to once I get all that crap together and I start like pushing and pulling stuff, right? Like, I'm gonna have a fully decorated room, guys. I'm excited. I just have to figure out how to display everything without it being like a detriment. The biggest problem right now is the Beelzebub puzzle everywhere. I need to finish that or just give up and put it in the box. Brother. Oh god, not sovereign citizens. Yeah, don't get me started on that. Uh-oh, I'm gonna burp. Excuse me, that was a chocolate burp. New schedule. Bless you, Jenta. I didn't sneeze! Jenta room, get group, nice. Yeah, so how would I make that into a stream? We did that with the enamel pins that one time. Pretty sure, like, you guys have seen my face at some time or another. It's like, kayfabe, what is that? I'm not like your average VTuber. I show up when I want, and then I disappear entirely. You could call me Gargura, because you'll rarely see me. That's so fucking mean, man. Like, I do not envy Gura. I do not envy Saba. That, like, fuck, man. You can't ever go unfamous. Ugh. That's not a life I want. That's, ugh. Anyway, nice discussion. What else are we talking about? I think I'm wrapping up to go to bed. It's like 1:40. But yeah. Much stuff to do I can do. This was a fun... This was a fun stream. I needed this. I've been on that, this is like my first stream in 4 months or something. You guys have no understanding when I say literally a month is barely, it feels like a week for me. Because sometimes I wake up, have only 3 hours of energy, and then I go straight back to bed because I'm just like drained. I think that'll change though, because that was all because of my tooth. I was having to take literal so many, we call them red, white, and blues, but I think it's Tylenol, and that's not healthy, so my guts were starting to hurt, and so I had to do a bunch of research, and we went to the doctor to talk about it, and it's just... Yeah, teeth should be free. They fuck us over with everything else. I'm sorry, but teeth... The ER should be allowed to do teeth. They should just be allowed. Totally. Like, a man can have a hole in his foot and it has maggots in it, and they legally have to do something about that. But you're telling me my rotten tooth that needs to come out, you have no tools how to help me. Bull. Bull, bull, bull. Anyway. I love you guys. I appreciate that you spend time with me and listen to my rambles and we ramble together. I hope we get to do this some more. I'm just in a weird place with VTubing right now. I don't know. I don't know. I still love VTubing. Yeah. I don't know. I'm in a weird place with VTubing right now. Doesn't mean I'm gonna quit or anything. I'm just like floating away, doing other things, and it's weird. I've been locked into VTubing really for 5 years. I've never done anything else for over 5 or 6 years. That's crazy. That just means I'm doing it less because I'm like overexposed, not because I want to stop, you know? This isn't much effort, you know, puppeteering a model and blah, blah, blah. It's fine. I am desperate to get that one customizable model. That is like from my dream rigger / artist. One of them anyway. Ugh. If I knew how to retexture, I would have bought it immediately. So worth it. I watched somebody play with it for 3.5 hours. Not literal 3.5 hours. I skipped around, but they looked at the model and they were giddy, and I'm like, man, you are exactly what I would be feeling right now. Oh, it would be so fun. Damn, I was like 14, 15 when you first... Don't remind me, dragon! Being a part of someone's childhood memories, I think, is the worst curse of all. I feel for Markiplier. His community did like a big, like a long time ago, a big like, we love you, Markiplier, right? And he like hit like 1 million or something, and he just started breaking down, crying and sobbing through the whole thing. And he explained later on that he was crying because he's like, that's when I realized there's so many of you, and I'm getting so big that I'll never meet all of you. I'll never know you like I could before. Like, things are different now. And, you know, right? It's like that. That's what I said. It's like, if you're too famous, what are you supposed to do? You can't get unfamous. So Mark was mourning an era where he's like, I could be personable with my community, but now your community outgrows your ability to interact with it because now it's just like eating itself alive and trying to leech off you. Half of them are, right? So I feel him on that. That's a really old story. Yeah. 2013 I started. Best role model VTuber. Oh my god, don't say that. I hope not. I hope you guys have dreams and ambitions. They don't even have to be good ones. Just having them is better than what I do. I'm trying to, like, with this whole room decorating thing, I'm 26 years old. I've never decorated a room before. I've never decorated a room before, so I'm learning. I'm also learning that dust is fucking everywhere. Oh my god. It's everywhere. We need a new filter for the furnace. I'm sure of it. I was in the chat with 50 one time 2K. Eh? Oh, Dragon, I think Jenta got confused because our names are similar. Yeah. Well, because usually, Pendragon, when I look at yours, I remember your old name, but now it's like a whisper in my head. I don't even remember what your old name was. So I was having dysphoria where it was like, I know you, but I don't know you, but I remember you, but I don't know, I don't remember you. It was silly. When I came into stream, she said that I changed my name before this one. It was Vegeta! Wait, what? I swear you had another one, though. Did you? Huh, whatever. There's been a lot of you. Not like... I remember all y'all. It's just when one of you changes, it puts the rest into question. I'm like, alright, who else changed? Who did it? Okay, that intro went too long. Intro? What the hell? No, outro went too long. Oh fuck, I just ruined my yawn. I need to go to bed. I wonder how I yawn, if you ever saw that in person, if it's weird. I've never had self-consciousness for yawning. Okay, I need to stop yapping. I'm an adult. I need to go to bed. Alright, guys. I hope you've been having a safe time. Sleep well. I don't even know when Valentine's is. Oh no, I'm getting off the beaten path again. Oh, I can't see it because it's not on this calendar. So good. Happy Valentine's. Next stream will probably be decorating. So you'll hear like a bunch of keychains and stuff. And then that'll be it. So, Mama Jenta just woke up. This is perfect. Alright, bye. I'm gonna be in trouble. I'm gonna be in trouble. Oh, an hour. That's perfect. Nice.